And we should be live. Let me just double check as usual. Boy, do I have a story for you guys today. All right. Live, just checking if everything's good. All right. Looks like we're good. Yep. All right. Sounds good. Everything's good. Okay. Let's get started. Man, I'm extra tired today, but I shouldn't be because I have some crazy... Oh, that's my YouTube. Crazy good news. Okay, let me figure out how I want to actually show you guys this. Haven't even looked at the markets yet today. This is NQ. This is Bitcoin. Let me just briefly take a look at what's going on today. Just got to my desk, just chugged my coffee. That's done. Let me drink some water. So yes, I passed the eval account on FungerFX, and before I get into that, because I do want to also make it a long form video, so I'm gonna have to like clip it and kind of talk a certain way, so bear with me. Let me just look at the markets right now. So everything is kind of in a bounce mode right now. Let me just pull up the ATR indicator and let me check what our ATR is for the last 7 days. This gives us the basically how much price moves in a day. So on Bitcoin it's almost 5,000. On NQ it's 516, so 516 points. We've currently moved about 230, so we have yet to reach half of the ATR. And on Bitcoin we have currently moved 2,700, so we have reached just over half the ATR, which is good. That is good trading conditions. So today I'm thinking of just kind of just trying to feel out what direction NQ and Bitcoin are going to choose and try to follow the trend a little bit more, because lately, I mean, it worked out in my favor yesterday, and I'm going to show you guys that in a second. But lately, my entries have just been not as great because I get stuck adding to a big trend where I'm on the wrong side of the trend, trying to get the reversal. As you guys know, I'm very long biased, and whenever something's tanking, I just can't help myself. I try to buy it, and sometimes it can get you in some trouble, which is why I'm wearing my Can't Wait to Gamble shirt today. Because what I did yesterday was basically gambling. So in yesterday's stream, I told you guys... Let me see if I can show you this. I told you guys, or the stream was titled, what was it? It was Win Big or Die Trying. Well, that's exactly what I did. Okay. I was ready to blow this account up because we were so overextended on the NQ. Let me show you guys the NQ on the daily time frame. All right, this was yesterday on the NQ. Okay, this little red day here. And we saw that the RSI indicator had finally come back out from being oversold, okay, which is usually a good sign. I mean, if you take a look, we have not done that in a very long time, all the way since August of last year, 2024. So I was in buying mode. I was ready to buy until death. Okay, so let me show you what ended up happening. Something looks off on my screen here. Give me 1 second. No, I guess that's right. So yesterday, let me show you. Yesterday, I was buying up NQ, and I manually put my entries here, and I'm going to explain. These are not all my entries and exits. These are all my entries, but I did not mark out my exits. I did not add 6 times to this trade. I did kind of rotate the position. I never had more than 3 positions at once because FundraFX does not allow you to have more than 3 positions in the same direction at once. Okay, it's called the Martingale rule or something like that. Okay, now to be fair, I did kind of use a martingale strategy. Like I said, I was ready to blow the whole account. I was not going to allow the NQ to drop or to bounce without me, okay? So yesterday I was down. Let me show you guys. Here is my trade history on the FundraFX 100K eval account, okay? Yesterday I was down. You can see down in here. Oh, you can't see my cursor. Well, just take a look at the bottom here. Okay, I had taken 3 losses, and this is what I mean by rotating positions, okay? It was these 3 positions over here, okay? So initially I had bought trying to get this reversal, okay? We saw the price action on NQ. We saw this little bounce, right? And that bounce looked like it wanted to, you know, full-blown reverse. It looked like finally we were going to have some sort of relief on the NQ. If you take a look at the overall trend, we were pretty much sweeping these lows, and just overall, it looked like a sharp reversal, right? So my idea was, okay, NQ's about to reverse. Let me start buying into this. So I bought on this retracement here into a little bit of an area of demand. This is, where is it? This area here. Okay, that was my small starting position. This is not this is CFDs, so it's not like I bought one contract or whatever. I bought 0.25. It's lots in this case because this is the US 100, not technically the NQ futures. Okay, so that was my first position. All right, and then once we broke through that, I believe there was a high volume candle here, and I basically figured that these lows were going to hold, okay? Now, I was ready for them to break, of course, but that was the reason why I added, is because we had a little bit of an ABCD pattern, a little bit of a ABCD pattern there, and I believe there's a high volume candle, rejection candle there, and it was also into this little area of, again, demand, okay? So I added again, all right? Now, all of these positions were way too early, obviously, okay? But I'll show you and I'll explain how I still managed to turn all of these losses into all of these profits, okay? So I added, or I initially bought here, okay, 0.25. Here I did, I believe, 0.5. I can actually check, let me see. 0.25, yeah, so first position was 0.25. This is lots. Next position was 0.5. And then down here, I was like, okay, this thing is getting way too overextended. We're below these lows. And I added another 0.5, anticipating a bounce. And we did get one, and this was actually a bull trap yesterday. Okay, which is why I was so mad about the bull trap, because I knew that I was in for a ride. Okay, at this point, I knew that these positions were in trouble. So I just kind of had to get ready to go into survival mode, all right? So what ended up happening, obviously, is that we did not get the full bounce, okay? We kind of just farted around, so I was like, oh God, here we go. This thing is going to go much lower. I was definitely too early. Looking back on it, it's probably not a great idea to try to buy a falling market unless we have achieved its ATR on the day, or at least close to its ATR. This was still very early in the day, which is why they were very early trades, okay? Because NASDAQ has just been falling. So it's, logically speaking, wait until the ATR is hit first before trying to get a reversal. All right, so what ended up happening is we went lower, obviously, okay? So what I ended up doing is I was a little bit lazy, and I didn't actually mark out where I started taking some losses, but obviously I did take some losses here, here, and here. But basically what I ended up doing is somewhere around this area, I started taking my losses, okay, these positions, and I started rotating out of the positions into new positions that were even bigger, okay? This is why this is basically gambling, because if the NASDAQ continued to plummet, this account likely would have been blown, okay? So this is not a lesson on the best way to trade by any means. This is prop trading, just trying to pass the challenge, just trying to make a big buck quickly. All right, like gambling, I guess. All right, so I started covering my positions, or I started exiting my positions somewhere here, and then immediately I started adding back in, getting back in, because at this point the NASDAQ was just insanely overextended. We had reached pretty close to the ATR of the day, the average true range, meaning basically the average move we make in one direction, or the average price range we create in a day, okay? And usually what we've seen in the past on NASDAQ is that the NASDAQ, once the market starts to close and at the end of the day, we see a rally, okay? And that's exactly what we ended up doing as the market closed, okay? So basically what I ended up doing is covering some losses here, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, but instead of now entering again in, I was doing 0.25, then 0.5, then 0.5. This time I did, where is it? I did 0.5 to start, and then I did one whole lot, and then another whole lot there. Okay, so basically almost doubling my initial position size, but I was out of these trades. Okay, so took losses on these trades, and then doubled down on these trades here. Why double down? Because the probability of a bounce at this point, pretty high, okay? And that ended up being the case. So I just held that for dear life, went through quite a bit of turbulence here. We got a nice rally. I was up a ton, and then we came all the way back down. Again, I was ready to die on my hill. So I held through it all, and then right before bed, I got out all 3 of these positions up here. Okay, and that's where you see these profits here. So I went from being down $3,000 approximately, $3,000 to being up $4,000, $4,200. So that is how I was able to turn a $3,000 loss into a $4,000 profit all in one day. Again, I'm a trained professional. Don't try this at home. And that was enough to pass the challenge. Okay, and I even got a little nice letter here. Okay, so today we are going to be, here's the, I don't know if you can read that, but past the one phase, or I've successfully accomplished the one step, master one phase, fund your effects. All right, so today we're going to be trading on a funded account, and the market just opened. So let's get in to the trading. And of course, by the way, if you are not located in the United States and you want to use Fund Your FX, which allows you to trade crypto, it's all CFDs, so you can trade crypto, the indices, Forex, you can trade it all. Feel free to check out the link in the description down below and use code CT for 10% off. Sometimes they're running a sale that's even more than 10%, so check that first. But if there is no sale, you can always use that code for 10% off. All right, so let me change on over to the funded account now. This is the challenge account. But now I can go to the new account, which is not going to look as pretty because I need to reset the settings here. All right, so I'm just going to take you guys back on over to TradingView. And we will start getting started here. Let me just make sure everything is looking good on my end. I have a ton of software open, so bear with me. Let me just fix my Fund Your FX appearance because it's a new account, so it resets everything. Give me 1 second. Market's open. It looks like we're not really doing much. Let me go to NQ here. Oh, we're All right, so NQ is on the rise. Bitcoin, wow, my computer's slow still. Bitcoin and NQ both on the rise here. Alrighty, I'm just setting up my accounts. Bear with me. Bear with me. How are you guys doing today? I don't even know if you can hear me when I turn my head away. You guys in any trades today? Your favorite question. Cleaning this up. All right. I got my account now loaded. Everything looks good. Let me... Alrighty. And alright, I think we're good now. You gonna play some shorts today? Oh man, like I said, I do want to try to follow the trend a little bit more because I've been getting stuck on the wrong side of the trend. I've been trying to get reversals. I keep trying to get reversals because I'm long bias. So today I want to kind of. It seems like Nasdaq picks both Bitcoin and Nasdaq every day. They're just picking a. In the morning they'll pick a direction and kind of stick to that for the whole day. So right now the direction seems to be up. Now I will play a short if the Nasdaq reaches its ATR. If the Nasdaq gets overextended. What is going on with my frickin' computer? This is too slow. This makes no sense. What is going on? All right. So the ATR is just wow. Hold on, guys. My computer is way too slow. This makes no sense. Should definitely not be this slow. Like RSI is not even loading. Give me 1 second. Let me see here. Maybe let me just try refreshing then. So if we hit ATR on one side, if we hit our average range on one side, oh my, there we go. Then maybe I'll take a short. Now remember on Nasdaq, the RSI is oversold and coming back out. So I mean this is really strong, a really strong bullish signal. The last time we saw this was all the way back here. Okay, last time we saw RSI go oversold on the daily chart on Nasdaq. And let me see if Bitcoin has anything similar to that. Oh my god. Yeah, kind of. So Bitcoin went oversold here. Looks like we took out those lows. But still, it did go oversold and come back out. And usually, I mean, this is an oscillator. RSI is an oscillating indicator. So that means it goes from extreme to extreme. All right, so we went overbought here. And now we're oversold down in here. So we should technically try to reach for overbought again. So that's why we're starting to see, well, not why we're starting to see a bounce, but it's not surprising that we're starting to see some relief, which is why I was going so crazy, stupid, over-leveraged long yesterday, because I had a very high probability feeling that a bounce was due. Okay, so let's see what the ATR is again. I probably should just keep this on. So the ATR, if you don't know, it's just basically how much we move from the low to the high. Okay, this is not the exact way it's calculated, but it's basically the range that we create on average every day, meaning the distance between the low and the high, the range of the whole day from from the highest point to the lowest point. Okay, so right now it is 526. Let me just minimize that and put this like this. So 526. So right now the NQ is, the range is 303. So if that gets to 500 to the upside, then you know that the probability of a pullback is going to be higher. Okay, the probability of some sort of pullback is going to be higher. Because on average, that is the range we make, right? So if we take this low and we just go to, oh wait, that's not accurate. Hold on. Go to the daily time frame, take this low, and let's put this at 500. What is this? 526. So that's about accurate. 526, let's say. Okay, so this 5-minute time. Whoa, wait. Go back to the hourly time frame and let's just mark this line out. So this is like technically how much on average we can move that line there. Okay, so like shorts up here in this line would be much higher probability. Now, what we've seen, like I was mentioning, is that NQ and Bitcoin seemingly pick a direction. They've been, trending mostly down, but every day I have been getting stuck trying to buy. All right. Now we're definitely starting to see some different price action finally. Like we've been talking about in the previous streams, we've seen big down days and then a pause and then a big down day and then a couple days of pause, big down day, pause, big down day. And now we have multiple days where we've been pretty much unable to really get another leg lower. And of course, we have that RSI oversold as soon as we started seeing this. So kind of still long bias today. But in this market, to get up to here, which is the average, would be the average true range, to get up to there would be quite a big day. What would that be? That would be a plus 2.7% day. Can we get that in this economy? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. So here's Bitcoin starting to take a nosedive. NQ still staying steady. So let's take a look at Bitcoin here. The data on Bitcoin is not looking too great. A lot of gaps. So ATR on Bitcoin is going to be 5,000. So let's just project that. 5,000. So it's going to be right around there. All right. So can we reach that? I don't know. Bitcoin has done nothing but go up. So could be due for a pullback here. I mean, this is where the ATR, one ATR would be, which is pretty far away. Now, but on the opposite side, one ATR to the downside would look like this. So that's kind of like our extreme points. Which looks crazy because they're so far away, but that's the math. Can't argue with the math. All right, so I didn't even check today. Let's see if there's any news. Oh, we have 10 a.m. news. Wow. Prelim UOM consumer sentiment. High impact. All right. Well, guess we can't really do anything until 10 a.m. That would be too risky. Bitcoin. Where's my volume? What the hell? Oh, here. Bitcoin moving lower. NASDAQ staying the same. Now, is Bitcoin going to pick its direction? Is the direction going to be lower? Let's revisit yesterday's price action. 930. Where are you? Right here. Right out of the gate, 930. We just got a move straight down lower. And we're kind of doing the same thing here. But we do have a very strong uptrend so far. But that can change in a moment's notice. Not really loving this price action. NQ going straight up. Bitcoin going straight down. A little bit of a discrepancy there. Maybe a little arbitrage trade. $9.45. Already yawning. This is a 3,000 point move. Would be tough to be buying here. Buying on like 10 straight green candles. Again, can't do anything until this news comes out. 10 a.m. Gotta wait. Kind of in the middle of nowhere here. Bitcoin going lower. This could be a little bit of a liquidity sweep here. A lot of volume at the break of those lows, and now a reversal back up. NQ just holding its gains for now, but we have to wait until 10 a.m. We'll see how that changes things up. NQ up 430 from those lows on the hourly time frame. 430 ATR on the daily time frame is 500. Wow, I don't know why everything's so slow today. So we have these highs over here on the hourly time frame to be aware of. May see NQ, especially if we get the news, we may see NQ come up to these highs and then get rejected. Maybe we form a data low caused by the news. We are relatively pretty high up there on the considering the last few days range. Right, like if we take the ATR and we just do something like, I don't know, the last 3 days, what do we get? 487, and we're at 306. I'm feeling a short coming. Bitcoin looks like it did its little liquidity sweep. Now it seems like we're doing some bear traps today, potentially. And Q looks more interesting than Bitcoin right now today. Alright, NQ's pushing up towards those hourly highs. That is a pretty crazy push higher. This candle alone is double the hourly ATR. So potentially getting overextended here. Hey Nicholas, what's up? What's up? Oh my gosh. I drank my coffee and I'm still yawning. I don't know why. Do some coke. Oh my god. Closest thing I got is Adderall. But those are not for this. Alright, looks like we bumped up against the 113 extension there. A little bit of some volume coming in. This could be the reversal. Adderall will suffice. Nah. I haven't taken that in a long time. Alright, so we have a little bit of a short bias, but the issue is we have 10 a.m. news, so can't really do anything. If you guys missed it, yesterday, off stream, I know, sorry. Yesterday I was down $3,000 and I turned it around into a $4,000 profit. And that was enough to get me funded on the Fund Your FX account. We did a 100K eval, and now we are at, let me show you guys. Oh, here, 100K funded. If you see there, it says funded. I don't know why I'm looking at Euro USD. I forget how I had my screen set up here. What was it? You never short? Yeah, I know. I don't really like shorting either, but in this market, it seems like the thing to do. I think we had it like this. So we're waiting for news. Oh my god. We're waiting for news. This little black line here is this big high to the left here. All right, so there's a little bit of liquidity there. Might breach that high when the news comes out. We'll see. This black line up here is the ATR for the day. So if we reach that, we're definitely overextended. Five minutes until 10 a.m. news. Frogger says, last few months I wish I had been short. Oh, yeah. Life would be so much easier if every day we just shorted the market. It's like clockwork. In fact, if you take a look at the moving averages here, we are just stuck below all of them. What? I have too many indicators on. That's stupid. I'll remove the ATR. I don't need that. Alright, so once again, we have our 113 extension here. That's pretty much was the exact top. Let's see, the 113 is at 9. The 113 extension is at 19,620. The high of this candle was 19,620 and 75 cents. So pretty much on the dot. But once this news comes out, anything is possible. We can see this, we can see that. You know how it goes. I need to wake up. This microphone placement really hurts my ability to show you guys this shirt. I'm trying to get crafty with the shirts I wear on stream. Alright, well, if this news brings us down into here, that's going to make things more difficult, because then we're going to be in the middle of the range, basically. Uh-oh. We have a little bit of a demand area there. That might act as a magnet. Dirty says, I was making a lot of money when we're bouncing between 91K and 106K. I'd long the bottom over and over, then we broke below, I got wrecked. Yeah. It works until it doesn't, right? It works until it doesn't. But yeah, I know what you mean. We were just bouncing back and forth, forever. No. Bitcoin could be potentially interesting for maybe a long We do have plenty of room to go higher. But man, it's pretty much just gone straight up for the last like 12 hours. This is the hourly chart. It's just straight up. Very artificial looking. NQ topped out. Let's see what this news does. Here we go. 1 minute. Let's see. All right, we have a countdown here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. Oh, wow. There we go. That was instant. Instant. Into that level of demand. Ton of volume coming in. Sweep the lows. Don't try to trade this. This is when things can get scary real quick. Bitcoin also following NASDAQ. Down. Guess the numbers weren't good. Let's see here. Yeah, it looks like they were worse than expected a little bit. We had news dirty. That's what happened. We had some economic data. If you go to forexfactory.com, you can see it. They even have a like countdown to when it releases, which is pretty cool. That's why I was able to literally count down the move. All right. So we came down into this area of demand, took out those lows. Now this makes things a little more difficult because we're back inside of a range. So we could be moving either way now. We got up to 319. Again, our ATR is like 520. So we're in normal range right now. Looks like this level is holding a little bit. And these are the data highs here. So price may want to gravitate back up towards 19,540 on the NQ. Lil YD said, just got stopped out for my 50, but got it back, trying to get the hang of futures mess. Aren't we all? I am also still trying to get the hang of futures. We're all students. There is no master. All right. Well, this price action is a little bit messy. Yeah, I don't. There's not much I'm interested in right now. Obviously, buying in there would have been a good idea, but then I'm not going to try to buy it in the middle of a. I'm not going to try to buy in the middle of a news release. I thought you was rich. And had the hang of it. No, I mean, okay, I'm not broke, but I'm not a millionaire freaking trader. Not yet. That's going to take more time. But I do know a thing or two. And futures, get the hang of futures. I do know crypto pretty well. That's why I also trade Bitcoin. But futures is new to me. Trading futures. But futures has the prop firm aspect, which I find interesting. I'm slowly learning more about that whole industry, and I want to see what I can do with it. See if I can rob those casinos, right? I at least got $1. Yes, at least one. All right, so we're back up to those data highs. Not too surprising to see that. But this is just chop right now. Again, we're in the middle of the range. So trying to predict where this is going to go right now is kind of not optimal. Bitcoin is just expanding back and forth. Can you tell me some more about futures and maybe the strategy you're using, or are you just playing it by ear? Yeah, it's more of like a learning, just testing different things out. I mean, I have a general strategy, which is basically just price action, just gauging price action and playing, whatever side is. Lately, it's been getting reversals, right? So if something's overextended to one direction, and then I start seeing price action begin to, break down a little bit, that's been my main go-tos, basically trying to scale into reversals of trends. So I use some indicators to help me out with that, like the RSI and ATR and stuff. But yeah, futures is, I mean, what do you want to know about futures? Futures is basically just trading, it's a derivative of whatever the contract is for. So you can trade commodities, which is like oil, gas, cows. You can even trade cows with futures. It's just a contract. You're basically buying and selling a contract for a certain thing for a future date. All right, so it's overcomplicated. You don't really even need to know all that. Most people just trade the indices futures, meaning that you are trading the NASDAQ, the Dow Jones, and the S&P 500. Those are the three indices. Well, not all, the only three, but the three major indices or indexes of the market, meaning they track the overall market performance. So when the NASDAQ goes lower, it means most tech stocks are going lower, because the NASDAQ, it's called the NASDAQ 100 because there's 100 of the 100 companies' stocks basically being tracked. So the difference between something like Bitcoin and NASDAQ futures, from what I've seen, is the NASDAQ futures almost seems more predictable when it's overextended, whereas Bitcoin, as we all know, can drop 4 billion% in one day. NASDAQ, it's the U.S. stock market, right? So how often is the U.S. stock market going to drop, 4, 5, 6% in a day? Not very often. So when the price is overextended to one side on the NASDAQ, you can kind of be a little more accurate and have a little more confidence in trying to get those reversals, which is why I've been trading reversals. It's not, somewhat successfully, but not without a bunch of risk. Like the title states, I did get funded, but it required me to turn a $3,000 loss into a $4,000 profit. So, but these are also not normal market conditions either, with Trump and tariffs and all that stuff. So, Lil YD says, I've been finding fair value gaps have been successful, but I'm trying to implement into futures, MES specifically. Oh, MES. I thought you were saying mess. I don't know why. MES, can you show me some fair value gaps? So I'm not a big ICT guy or smart money. I use some of it like liquidity sweeps. But for the most part, I'm not a big fan, I guess you would say. I just don't really understand why. I don't know how to phrase this. I don't understand why a fair value gap should act as a level of support or resistance. And the reason for that, I've said it before, but if you find a fair value gap on, let's see if we can find one like this right here. Okay, so there's a gap, right? Technically, a gap in price, right? That's the theory behind it. And don't quote me because I don't really study this stuff as in depth as other people. But from what I understand, and I have plenty of experience, so I feel like I got the general idea of it. From what I understand, this is like a gap in the market, so it needs to be, there's going to be resting orders or something like that. Whatever it is, the idea is that we went straight up, and so there's a gap in price, right? So this should act as like a level of support. Okay, here's my issue with fair value gaps. There's a few things. Let's drop down to like a 3-minute time frame or even a 1-minute time frame. Okay, so this is that fair value gap from the 1 minute or from the 1 hour time frame. Okay, now to put this into perspective, let's get a Fibonacci retracement or something. Okay, and let's just go from this low to this high. Okay, this fair value gap encompasses the 382, the 50, and the 61.8. So to say that price should bounce in this area is kind of like a no shit. You know what I mean? It's kind of like no duh, we're gonna see price have some sort of reaction because you're basically taking up a third of the entire swing. You're highlighting a third of the entire swing. Now, I could be wrong on my understanding, but that is just a massive area to highlight. And I like to keep my areas of support and resistance pretty small because I want some accuracy. So that's, and also the idea that there's like a gap in the transactions. Every single one of these candles, there's buying and selling going on. I mean, look at this here. Now, this is probably a better example of a fair value gap because it's almost straight up. But most of the time, when you get a fair value gap, say on the hourly time frame, and you zoom in on like a 3-minute time frame or a 1-minute time frame, the fair value gap actually looks like this. And it's like there's transactions definitely being taken place there. I actually use actual gap up and downs, like a space between them. Okay, see, that's better. I would say that makes more sense, okay, because it's a literal gap. But from what I understand, fair value gaps are something like, okay, here's another example. It's like, it's a 3-bar pattern, and you take this high here to this low here, and that is the gap. Okay, all of this area here is a gap. And it's, again, no shit. And no duh, you're going to see some sort of reaction. Look at how big that zone is, you know? Like, that is a ginormous zone. Of course you're going to see some sort of move there. But now look at the zone that, this is why I like supply and demand. Okay, look at the demand zone. Demand zone, or I think the smart money concept people call it an order block. The demand zone is way more precise, and it makes more sense because it is the area prior to a massive move in one direction, meaning that's the area where the imbalance happened, right? The area where price was able to get so many orders in one direction that it resulted in a pretty, straight move up. Okay, so this area here is going to be these prices is where those orders were sitting at and started to execute at. So I don't know, that makes more sense to me. That's why I like using supply and demand a little bit. Supply and demand, liquidity sweeps, price action. If you haven't watched my 3 Ps of price action yet, I recommend watching that. The projection, pitch, and pullback. All right. I haven't seen anyone else talk about price action the way that I did in that video, so feel free to check that out. I think it's very helpful. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all you need, and then that's just like technical analysis stuff. And then I'm gonna make a whole video on this as well, but for trying to basically help your probabilities of winning, you can use indicators like the RSI and the ATR, and sometimes moving averages. These can just overall help your chances of winning. But yeah, that's my rant over. Lil ID said, well, yeah, I understand that perspective. I learned the basics from you. Oh, thanks. Appreciate that. I'm glad you got the foundation. All right. The price action today is not too pretty. Do I have a video with RSI? Yeah, it's actually one of my most popular videos. I made it when I was a jit. When I was way less handsome than I am now. But if you look on my channel, yeah, you can find it as, just sort it by popular. And I'm making a crazy face in it. My hair looks crazy. And it's a good video. It'll explain it. It'll explain it better. That's also a video that I don't think, and I think this is why it got so popular. It's a whole new way to look at RSI that not many people, I haven't seen anyone, but I also don't watch a lot of trading content anymore. I haven't seen anyone talk about RSI the way that I do in that video either. It's a new way to look at it. What do you do? What do you do? Just trade, or do you do other things besides YouTube and trading? Yeah, so I took a long break from trading because I was in a little bit of a rut. Couldn't quite get the consistency that I wanted, and it was just frustrating me like crazy. So I took a about 2 year break, and I ran a marketing agency for those 2 years. Hated that, and basically just quit that, and now I'm back to trading, because if you've been trading for long enough, you know that it's hard to just stop. So I was making good money doing the marketing agency. I was good at it. I grew it pretty quickly. But overall, I was super depressed, hated it, and I just missed trading. So I also, in between those 2 years, I started studying more, learned a lot more, and basically just up. What's the word? Leveled up. And now we're back, and I still do. I do have a small little marketing agency, but it's before I had a partner. Now it's just me, and I only focus on the trading industry. So I do marketing for trading, related businesses and some other influencers in the space. So that's what I do apart from trading. Definitely missed you those couple years. Been watching since the Dogecoin opium days. Oh, what a time. What a time. Did you guys know I accidentally created Dogecoin, basically? Okay, now I didn't make the coin, but I have I should probably make a video on it. I have a crazy story on how I literally am the reason Dogecoin got put on the map. Yeah, maybe I'll save that for a video, but basically it all started with one TikTok as a joke saying, what if everyone bought Dogecoin on this date? Now obviously that might have been not allowed, and I didn't know that at the time, but what ended up happening is that TikTok went viral. This is like back in like 2018, 2019, maybe 2018. The TikTok went viral, and everybody, and this is literally, let me show you guys. I said in the video, I believe I said, let's all buy Dogecoin at like on July 6th or something like that. And let's go back on the chart on Dogecoin. It is literally the first major pump Dogecoin ever saw. Right here. Look at this, guys. You see this? It looks like July 20th. Yeah, July 6th. Look. July 6th, guys. This is the day. This is the day that I mentioned on the TikTok. And look at the history of Dogecoin. This is the day that TikTok said to buy Dogecoin. Okay? This is at 0.002. All right? Ever since this day, this is basically what made Dogecoin a meme. That little TikTok. And then everybody started running with it. Buy Dogecoin, buy Dogecoin, Dogecoin. And look at that. Look at this. And this is a logarithmic chart, okay? Let's get out of logarithmic mode. This is what this is when I made that TikTok. This is when I said, let's all buy Dogecoin. Okay, July 6th. And that's what ended up happening. From here to here. Isn't that crazy? And that little volume spike was one TikTok. That little volume spike right there. One TikTok caused that. And it was literally the beginning of Dogecoin. So if you made a ton of money in Dogecoin, you're welcome. All right. I don't even know. And I'm not seeing anything interesting. Not really seeing much. Kind of just chopping around here. Can't really decide whether I want to go long or short right now. Yeah, this is just kind of choppiness. Now Bitcoin is starting to trend a little bit to the downside. Are we going to get another big downtrend day? What do you guys think? What are you guys doing? You guys trading anything? NASDAQ, Bitcoin? I'm not really seeing anything too interesting personally. Bitcoin is looking more interesting than NASDAQ now. Bitcoin kind of looks like it wants to start trending lower. Nicholas Lewis said, I lose money? What, from Dogecoin? Or just today? Trading. Lil YD says, I do music. You gotta check me out and see if you would want to market me and get me lit. It'll be good. You can email me. I mean, I'll check it out. Maybe I'll play it on the stream. My email's thecoreytrades@gmail.com if you want to send me your heat. Send me your fire. I'm on a platform called Deriv. Trading overall, you're losing money. Yeah, today's pretty choppy. I can imagine trying to trade this would be a pain. Sending now. All right. I'll give it a listen. Forever said, just gonna wait till next week. Hopefully today's a good sign. We're gonna bottom out and Q2 can have some gains. Yeah. I mean, I'm not even gonna try to predict what's gonna happen in Q2. It's impossible. Once again, the markets, they trend overnight up, and then once the markets open, it's pretty much just always a move lower. Like we've been saying every stream, the best strategy right now is literally shorting when the market opens. Just short everything. And yet, I can never bring myself to do it. All right. Maybe I'll consider going short if we can get a little bit more of a pullback. Maybe a sweep of these highs into this little, oh, wrong tool, into this little area here. Maybe if we can get that, maybe I'll consider it. Ride it down. All right, guys, should we play One Key's music on stream? I haven't even figured out how to play music on stream, so even if you guys say yes, I can't promise anything. There's not much going on. We might as well listen to some music, right? if it's a virus, bro just sends me a virus. Send it. All right, let's see. Let's see if I can get it going. Oh, I haven't received anything yet. Let me see if it's in my spam. No, it's not. All right, one key. I'm waiting. Gotta make that a song now. I wanted to trade on the funded account today, but markets are not giving much. I'm not super confident in this short if it does get up there, because if you look at the price action, we bottomed out here. This was the data low, actually. Right, this was at 10. So we just got down below those lows. We saw a high volume candle into those lows. Maybe we'll take a very, 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 very small position and just try to snipe it. Yeah, here, I'll just type in the email. Oh, let me check. All right. So you sent me 2 emails here. It's on Band Lab. I don't know. Is that a virus? All right. If you want me to play it, remember, I'm not a very good liar. If it's bad, and I'm sure the chat will let you know too. All right, let's see. Let me see how I can actually get it to play. Let me see. Hold on. I'm gonna put my headphones on. Okay. And let me just fix some settings. All right. While NASDAQ Bitcoin's actually about to get into that area, so we got to make this quick. All right, Lil Scudded. Give me 1 second. Let me just make sure I got the right stuff on here. Okay, So you sent me 2 emails, but it looks like it's the same song, A Time for Everything. All right, here we go. We ready? We ready, chat? Let's see if you guys can hear this. Okay, I'm going to play the first 5 seconds. You guys let me know if you can hear it. Can you guys hear that? Or no? You can? Is it too loud, too low, or just right? Perfect. All right, cool. All right, be right back, Bitcoin. Actually, you know what? We can keep Bitcoin on. And, oh, it's too loud? Oh, everybody's saying it's okay, so dirty. It might just be too loud for you. All right, ready? Here we go. Here we go. This is Lil Scudded. A Time for Everything. Okay.
Wavy.
Oh.
A time to weep, a time to laugh, a time to mourn, a time to dance. Gotta keep all his commandments, this the whole duty of man. Time and place for everything, don't utter it, just hold it in. My Father will step me in heaven, hallowed be his name. I'm out here really tryna tell him, but they ain't tryna change. It's crazy how they twist the message like it never came. A faithful man shall be with blessings, but not the one who hates. This Bible be my only weapon, cause now I know they plan. I ain't gon' fall into they trap, but ever fearing man. If what was written, I'll be capped, then why we living in? He really think he coming back after I split his wig? If you can't believe this, all the facts, then don't believe it.
Did we just find the next Lil Tecca? This gives me Lil Tecca vibes. Anybody else? Anybody else?
Then you go your way, I'll go my way, that's how we'll leave it then. A time to rent, a time to sow, a time to keep it in. Time to keep silent, time to speak, even the evil man. Oh, eye for eye, tooth for tooth, go ahead, get even in. Or I guess you didn't read who you supposed to leave revenge to. And I know how it be, I was in that sin too. It's a season for everything, a purpose in you. A time to weep, a time to laugh, a time to mourn, a time to dance. Gotta keep all his commandments, this the whole duty of man. Time and place for everything, don't utter it, just hold it in. My Father will step me in heaven, hallowed be his name. I'm out here really tryna tell him, but they ain't tryna change. It's crazy how they twist the message like it never came. A faithful man shall be with blessings, but not the one who hates. This Bible be my only weapon, cause now I know they plan. This Bible be my only weapon, cause now I know they plan. Yeah, a time to weep, a time to laugh, a time to mourn, a time to dance. Forget the past and the beginning, what be better is then. Be too fast to get it back, that's how you might slip up again. Yeah. Better be the end of something than the beginning. For there's not a just man that doeth good and not sinning. Whoever keeping his commandments to let you know that you winning. To all the wicked, I gotta hand it. I'm still surprised that you living. A time to weep, a time to laugh, a time to mourn, a time to dance. Gotta keep all his commandments, this the whole duty of man. Time and place for everything, don't utter it, just hold it in. My Father will step me in heaven, hallowed be his name. I'm out here really tryna tell him, but they ain't tryna change. It's crazy how they twist the message like it never came. A faithful man shall be with blessings, but not the one who hates. This Bible be my only weapon, I know it keep me safe.
All right. That was good. I'm sorry if that was too loud, by the way. It looks on my screen, it looked like it might have been too loud. So hopefully I wasn't blasting that music into everybody's ears. But that was pretty good, man. Nice work. That was actually pretty good. Oh, I genuinely was not expecting that, and that was pretty good. Nice work. It reminded me of Lil Tecca. And I like Lil Tecca, so. All right, well, this position, I'm not going to go short. Not when we're pumping like this. What would you guys rate that song? Let's get a rating going. 1 out of 10. Oh, you know what? Let's just do a poll. Wait, I can't even do a poll like that. All right, Dirty said 6. Honestly, I would say that's a decent score for a random song that we pulled from a chat user. I mean, that was good. That was good. I would probably give it... Now, keep in mind, I'm a white boy. I don't really listen to rap too often. I would probably give that like a 7. Just made last night. I make like 1 to 2 songs a day, roughly. Oh, wow. Damn. 1 to 2 songs a day. That's crazy. Hannibal said 0. Come on, man. That was not a 0. All right. Let's see if this can get... Ooh, I do have to go soon. I have a meeting at 12, so let's see what we can do. Oh, wow. All right. So NQ and Bitcoin, their charts have basically synced. They're basically identical now, so. Was this a bull trap? Marketing team crazy. Ah, man, I'm not feeling too confident in the direction right now. Looks like that may have been a bull trap. Probably should just blindly short this, knowing how the market moves every day. Down. That may have been a bull trap. Let's take a look at the daily charts, see where we're standing there. Yeah, we're just in this range here. It's not fun. Alright, guys. I don't think I'm gonna trade today, to be honest. I don't really feel like trying to trade this. It just seems too range bound. There's nothing very clear. So I'm just going to call it there, guys. Thank you guys for joining me. We listened to some good music, found a new up-and-coming artist. Make sure to smash that like button before we go, or you go. And don't forget to make sure you're subscribed, hit the bell notification icon, like. And if you are looking for a crypto broker or a prop firm, the links are in the description down below. If you use those links, you get a bunch of benefits, trade bonuses, deposit bonuses, and discounts. All right. So thank you guys for joining me on this lovely Friday, and I will see you guys next week. Why did I change my channel name? Because everybody started naming themselves Trades. It would be their name and then Trades. Everybody and their mother is now called their name and Trades. I don't like being like everybody else. I wanted to be unique. So I changed my name to The Simple Trader because that's what we are. We're simple. Try to keep it simple, logical, easy to understand, simple traders. All right? Peace.